Well, now, these are 5 money mistakes that I've actually written on this particular board that I would like us to avoid in this particular year. The year has already started, and we're looking forward on areas whereby we can be able to cap those what we call, unnecessary expenses, so that at least by the end of this year, we can actually end up with something. Hey, remember, there is a video that I made, and you guys made that video went viral. And I said, if you can sacrifice only for 365 days, you can be able to achieve a tremendous result. So how about as early as this? I'm barely making this video less than 20 days from the year started. See, we can be able to avoid these some things, and we can be able to have some cash by ourselves. This is good, Joseph. In case you're watching me for the first time, go ahead and hit that like button and make sure that you subscribe. Why? Because I upload a video each and every time, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. Let's get on the business. See, point number one, that mistake that you're supposed to avoid as far as the finances or money is concerned, it is living above your means. Hey, hear me out. I know I've said this like a million times. Allow me to say it in a million and one time. Why? Because the greatest mistake, the greatest, what should I say, the bug, that animal that eats people money, is living above their lifestyle. There are two reasons why most people tend to live above their lifestyle or above their means. One is to make sure that they actually try to prove something to people, that they are thriving, they are doing well financially, and they are blessed, and what have you. The other reason that people tend to live above their means is to admire a certain lifestyle. See, you're admiring something that you are not yet there. You cannot be able to finance it. I do meet a lot of people of different calibers. I do interact with them. You find somebody paying school fees for his kids or her kid in a school whereby he or she is barely affording that. But you just want to see, having that particular, bus at the evening pulling over, alighting your kid, and you just want to, be perceived that you're actually successful and what have you. But your pockets are complaining. They're screaming on top of their voices that you cannot afford that. There is nothing wrong with paying the most expensive school fees for your kid, but do so when you know you can afford it. Are we together? See, the point of proving to people in this 2025 that you are becoming successful, you are okay, you are doing nice, and you're struggling out there, you're barely 2 months away from becoming homeless, or maybe having in a situation whereby you can't even sustain your life. See, cease from those things. Live a life that you can be able to afford. And I always encourage people, see, love to live in a life whereby there is a little bit some essence of sacrifice. When you live below your means, you create that particular surplus, you take that surplus, you invest it. That's how you grow yourself. But if you just want to live a life whereby you want to prove everything and anything to people, prove to them that you're successful, you will struggle a lot. You'll be shooting your foot trying to please people that you don't even care about, that they don't even care. They don't even notice about that. Okay? That is the point number one. The point number two, hey, listen, avoid this mistake called making emotional financial decisions. See, you're making a decision, but it's not an informed decision. It's an emotional decision. And I told you sometimes back, if you've been watching me for quite a long time, I said, hey, there are two organs in our body that respond differently when it comes to money. We have our brain and we have our heart. These two different organs, they are essential, they are good, but there's one thing about these organs is that they usually respond differently when it comes to money. What do I mean by that? See, the way your heart tells you to spend your money is different from how your brain tells you to spend your money. The moment people are paid immediately, what kicks in is the emotions. Is, hey, you know what? It was a tough month. It was a tough week. It was a tough day. I need to enjoy myself. I have to go and throw that party. I need to go for that road trip. I need to buy that expensive handbag. I need to do. Those are emotions, because you wanna just, how do they say it? You see, in Kenya they say nikurudishia mwili shukrani. Simply means that you just wanna say thank you to yourself, because you get what I'm saying. See, in that process of making those emotional based decisions, you end up screwing yourself in terms of your finances. So what you're supposed to do, go ahead and make what we call the logical decisions. Hey, you know what? Yeah, sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying that 2,000 bag. I mean, there's nothing wrong buying that, whatever the thing it is, buying that car, I mean, living in that particular place, suburb areas and whatever. Then there's nothing wrong. But the point is, calculate the affordability of you living in that particular home or that particular place, or buying that particular item, or maybe that particular car and what have you. See, make sure that you can justify mathematically, or should I say financially, You can be able to justify yourself. True, I can be able to afford this particular thing, and I'm not behaving based on what I'm seeing people doing out there. See, the moment you understand that, hey, you aren't supposed to make emotional based decision, but a logic. And it's quite funny that when someone gets money, say it's your salary kicks in, the emotions are the one that actually are, they are the ones that tend to sort of dominate yourself. But the moment things go south, probably you don't have money, you are quote unquote broke and what have you. Now the logic kicks in. This is now the time the good Joseph videos now kicks in. You hear me at the back of your ears, and you're like, oh my goodness, Joseph says that we save, we invest, we do this, we grow ourselves, we do what we call the delayed gratification. Da, 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 da. You tend to become smart. You tend up to sum up some people here. You're telling them we can do that, we can do that. See, but the moment money comes in, you're totally a whole of a different person. You don't even reason that way. You don't even do those things, and you end up messing yourself that way. See, avoid that what we call the emotional based decision. Another mistake that you're supposed to avoid very, very much in this particular year is to falling for what we call the get rich quick schemes. Yeah, I know you want to invest. I know you just want to get as much money as you can within the shortest period of time as possible. See, you cannot cheat the process of becoming wealthy. You cannot. You cannot. There are standards that you have to follow. First of all, there is no way you can say that you'd love to become wealthy and you're substituting hard work with something else. No, hard work must be there. Working must be there. A lot of sacrifices, less sleeps, waking up early, sleeping late, and what have you. And the moment you just want to take your money and throw it somewhere where you're being promised heaven on earth, someone is telling you, hey, I can give you 40% at the end of the month. And normal investments, even including businesses, are giving you an average of 10, 15%. Now, this person are telling you that they are telling you that they will give you 40%. Now, you don't even ask yourself, where are they even investing that money for them to give me that 40%? You're only interested on how much they have promised you to make. See, the moment you reason that way, and listen, I don't want to mention names here, but there are a lot of scams that are out there and they're hovering. And you guys, you're actually inboxing me and asking me, hey, Joseph, is so and so a scammer? Is what I say so and so, I mean like in terms of, hey, so and so company a good company to invest? Some very funny names, especially these young guys ask me those questions. Please cease getting to my inbox and asking me those questions, because I won't reply those texts, because the kind of question that you're asking, the kind of returns that you're being promised, it's not even logical. It is actually outside what we call the normal returns. You see? Now, avoid those quick or get rich quick schemes, because those are the areas, those are the loopholes where you are actually losing your money. Those are the things that you should avoid in this particular area. And I told you guys, if you want to know that this is a get rich quick scam, it has some characteristics. You find that, hey, people are actually hastening you to invest. They're so much at behind your back telling you, hey, get started, time is moving. They're not even giving you time to read the terms and conditions. You're just there. They're promising you a way, what should I say, an outrageous, returns compared to the normal ones that we have out there. So you ask yourself, why even hiring me to actually invest in? They're not even giving me money or the time to actually contemplate what I'm getting myself into. You don't even have time to compare whatever you're being told with such an industry. Say if you want to get into a money market fund, and maybe let's say company XYZ is telling you they're gonna give you white whatever thing. Compare that money market fund with a different company and get to see what is the average, where is it averaging, and such kind of a thing. But if you just concentrate on getting this thing in a hurry way, then I'm telling you, it's gonna be a very tough year for you. So it is good to make sure that you know where you get that money, or you're putting that money in terms of investment. We go to the point number 4, is failing to budget. This one is no brainer. I mean, if you fail to budget, it's like you getting into a car, igniting your engine and you start moving. You're just moving. Where are you going? You're just going. I mean, you're just going. You don't have a destination. You're just moving. No destination, no nothing. And that is like aiming at nothing. And you know what they say? If you aim at nothing, you always hit the target. See, it is good to make sure that you operate on a budget. Sometimes this is what I always tell people. You don't have to literally write down the budget. This goes where, this goes. Fine, you can start that. If you're a beginner, it's good to write that. But you see, the moment you write a budget and you keep on following the budget, it comes to a time whereby, how can I say this? It's like already automatic in your head. You already know, like for me, for example, I'm using my own example. Like when I spend my money, say in a day, I'll be like, you know what? I just feel like I've already gone overboard. I'm overboard right now. I feel like, no, no, no. I do spend money, but no, 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 no. Today I've spent quite overboard that usually spend in a particular day. So when you have that program in your head, you already know, hey, guess what? I'm overspending. I'm underspending. I'm not supposed to do this. I'm not supposed to do the other. And that way you can be able to plan yourself appropriately so that, you know what? See, we are guided by the budget for us to achieve our goals. So you go check your goals that you need, then come back to the present, have a budget, have a plan so that you can go there. Because the difference between today and your future or your goal is just a plan, and for you to actually sort of follow that plan, you need three things: the sacrifice, the consistency, and the discipline. Those are the things that you need for you to achieve that. Let's go to point number 5. See, savings without investing. Come on, I told you guys, you cannot save yourself to wealth. You can't. Nobody has ever proven this. You can't save yourself to wealth. All what you need to do is to invest. To invest is to make that money that you have make money for you. And that is an ultimate goal of anyone who is wishing to achieve a financial freedom. Whatever that means, the financial freedom, it's an infinite word. It means different things to different people. But what you're supposed to do in this 2025, and back on investing. Put that money somewhere where it's generating something for you. And that way you say, or we say, you do not have what you call the idle money. These are the consequences of having an idle money. You have some cash somewhere, it's not dedicated. That cash can actually be used to pay anything or for anything out there. Therefore, you end up losing your money. You're gonna have yourself a pen and paper trying to do what you call the catch-up game with cash. Where did my money go? Da, 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 and such kind of things. Okay, we go to the last one. This is like a bonus. Yeah, that is failing to diversify your investment. I mean, this again is no-brainer. You need to make sure that you put your money into different areas. Even the Bible itself, the book of Ecclesiastes, it tells us that you're supposed to put your money into 7 different places, because you never know when the disaster will strike. So therefore, it is good to make sure that you diversify. You put your money into different areas, because when you do that, then it means that you do not put your eggs in one basket. That is it, guy. I don't want to make this a long video. Let me make it as short as that. But don't forget, if you need my services in one way or the other, you can actually pick that number, shoot me a call, we can talk business. But for now, it's a goodbye. See you in the next one.